2K Sports as we get set to bring you all the action. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. We have Doris Burks on the sideline as well. For the Milwaukee Bucks, they come in off a good outing against the Raptors in Toronto. Trading blows in that one, they did win by 3.
And even in hostile territory, as they were that day, they had no jitters at all. I mean, the confidence kept growing as the shots kept falling.
And they were falling big time. I mean, from the top to the bottom of that roster, everybody was locked, loaded, and spraying jumpers.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Filling out the wings, it's Middleton and Antetokounmpo. Monroe is out there with Parker, and it's Carter Williams in at the point guard position.
Fellas, I'll tell you, I was really surprised when Michael Carter Williams got traded last season. It's so hard to find point guards with his length and instincts. I mean, you just have to wonder what's going on in Philly.
Now here's Carter Williams. An 11-point game for him in the win against Toronto.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Jason Kidd gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. They'll be facing one of the best post players ever to play the game in Tim Duncan. Coach told me that even though Timmy isn't as physically gifted as he once was, he is still a handful to deal with. He said a lot of people forget this, but Tim Duncan is one of the smartest players to ever play and always makes the right decision. We can't be lazy around him.
And thank you for that, Doris. Gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Jordan. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Took him no time at all on that one.
Nice piece of work there. Get yourself a little space and pull the trigger.
And here's Jordan outside, up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Here's Parker. Robinson with the block. It's 2-on-1. There's Hollis Jefferson, and Michael Carter Williams gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
From deep, Jordan. Jordan can't get that one to fall. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting well off their usual numbers, around 29% so far.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
Milwaukee shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And boy, how good was Chris Middleton last season? I mean, always a deep shooter who could stretch the floor. He hits the weight room in the offseason and became a much stronger defender. Now, he's one of the more promising 3-and-D guys in the league. Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Now here's Jordan. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Memphis. From outside the arc, Jordan can't get that one to fall. And for Chris Middleton last season, he went up in points, assists, rebounds, but went down in turnovers.
Boy, what an improvement for this young man. A late bloomer. I liked him when he was at Texas A&M, still growing into his body, playing with great confidence, and he can spray that thing from 3. I like his promise.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. He had 13 points in the win against Toronto.
And also, he competed on the backboards. That also had a lot to do with the game.
And a wide open look for Jordan. Jordan with another miss.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Antetokounmpo dishes to Middleton. And Monroe, the bucket on the assist by Middleton. Monroe's got his second basket of the night. From deep, Jordan, shot's good.
And that's good stuff from him. Nice touch.
Bucks have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. And it's Carter Williams in the corner. To the middle. And Greg Monroe again. Monroe's got 6.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Now Monroe following the 3-point attempt by Michael Jordan.
And Jason Kidd has seen a lot of things in his first few years of coaching. Already changed teams once, and they had some personnel issues, but you cannot deny that he knows how to get the most out of his team.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
And they were able to take the season series in that matchup last year, but overall, 2 teams that were very similar in the standings.
Yeah, they were able to make the plays to come out on top, but it really could have gone either way, and you could say the same for tonight's game.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Isles Plumlee's checked in for Monroe. Henson comes in for Jabari Parker. O.J. Mayo is checked in for Chris Middleton. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Michael Carter-Williams. Here's Kilpatrick after the basket by Milwaukee. Pass to Bryant. Puts up a 3. Offensive rebound. Robinson. And the layup's good off the glass.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Feeds to Henson. To the inside. 14 feet away. Goes back up. And it's Sloan with the rebound.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Here's Kilpatrick. Lets it go with a 3. And he gets it to go. Sloan's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. For Milwaukee, they've gotten 7 of their first 16 field goal attempts to go down here in the first. Bayless the pass to Plumlee. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. From 13, and he connects with the jumper. Bayless has got his second bucket.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Mayo, that's good.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
1 second left, and it would have come. And Tim Duncan closing in on 2 decades in the league. He talked about his continued.
The games are my solace.
Well, Duncan breaking down his love for the game and what keeps him and going, not just playing, but still enjoying it at his age.
Man, it's phenomenal to see because Tim Duncan doesn't usually get too introspective with us. Anybody that plays this game knows exactly what he's talking about. And at the level he's competing currently, I don't see him going anywhere anytime soon, that's for sure.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Bucks.
They've been making some really nice passes out there, excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second. Plumlee out there with John Henson. And then there's Antetokounmpo. Then it's Mayo. And it's Bayless in at the 1. Shot clock at 6. Buries it down low. Bayless has got 6 points.
The lead changes hands once more. There has been no separation between these 2 teams.
You know, it's made for one heck of an entertaining game. Even when it hasn't been the best basketball being played, it sure has been fun to watch. These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Well, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points from close range, so I'd have to agree with you, partner.
Gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight, just a little over 40%.
For Bayless, it was his 6th team in 7 years last season. A good utility combo guard to have. He can score, he can make plays for others. He's really defined his role in this league. Oh, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
The shot by Middleton, wide open. Bryant with the rebound. Talking about Jared Bayless, some thought he would be a star when he first entered the NBA, and he certainly had his moments, Greg, but inconsistency and turnovers have kept the lid on his progress.
Yeah, well, where I like Bayless is in spot plays. You need a lift, you need a spark offensively, you go see Jared.
And there's the call on Henry Sims. That is his first foul of the game. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Bryant. Milwaukee also making some changes. Monroe comes in for Miles Plumlee, and Jabari Parker subbed in for John Henson. A shot by Carter Williams, nobody around. And the shot's good after hitting off the rim. Carter Williams has got his second basket of the night. Gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Chalmers. The rebound by the Bucks. Now here is Monroe. 17 points for him last game against the Raptors in Toronto.
And also, he competed on the backboards. That also had a lot to do with the game.
You know, usually teams go on runs and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but that's not the case here.
Well, it's about rhythm, and they put this run together on the strength of their mid-range jump shot. They might as well be layups with the way they're shooting.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier. They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Well, for Jabari Parker in his rookie year, not the kind of NBA career start that he wanted. Played great. Was probably the rookie of the year up until the time he was injured, blowing the knee and cutting his season short.
A great call. He definitely would have had a great chance. Really just made a transition seamlessly. Very efficient as a rookie before that injury, but which was a really tough thing to watch for anyone, as he was showing so much promise early on in his career.
And 3 from Jordan. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Jordan's got 20.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
Donald Sloan's checked in for Mario Chalmers. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Chris Middleton. Monroe uses the glass to finish the layup. Monroe's got 10 points in the game.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Inside. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And Greg Monroe really has had a good young career despite playing out of position for much of it. He has the size and skill set of an agile center, but was made to play power forward in Detroit once they drafted Andre Drummond, and that took some getting used to.
O.J. Mayo, he's checked in for Milwaukee. To the middle, pass to Kilpatrick. There's the triple. And the shot is good. The Bucks lead has been cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Hollis Jefferson.
As opposed to the first quarter, they're doing a much better job from behind the arc here in the second. They're starting to heat up a little bit, percolate from behind that three-point line, and as a result, they're chipping away at that lead.
Takes a 3. Rebounded by the Bucks. They've led by as much as 10. We're talking about Greg Monroe, and Greg, you gave us a nice little synopsis. He doesn't have, Clark, the long-range jumper teams are now asking out of that position in this day and age in the NBA.
Yeah, more teams want that stretch power forward. He's not super athletic. Where he does his greatest damage is in the painted area, and there's still value in that.
Here's Parker. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
And Jabari Parker is a rookie, drafted number 2 overall behind Andrew Wiggins. Clark, there was much debate about which of these players, which of these prospects would be better NBA players. What do you think?
Well, I think both showed they're very capable of being stars in the league. Parker got off to a great start, averaging 30 minutes a game until, unfortunately, he had the ACL injury. And Wiggins, conversely, went on to have a big-time season, winning Rookie of the Year.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Here's Monroe, and he banks in the layup. Monroe's got 6 here in this quarter.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half. And when you compare Wiggins and Parker, really two different types of players. I mean, Wiggins has that unmatchable athleticism. Parker beats you with an incredible skill and passion. Also, tremendous maturity for such a young player.
Passes it to Hollis Jefferson from deep. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Hollis Jefferson's got 6.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And clearly it's about how poorly the defense has played. They've got to close out faster. His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no lying in those.
And so it's a...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny. What a game it has been for Greg Monroe. He had 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 1. And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is up.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half.
How about Michael Jordan in this one? He has 20 points, and he's buried a ton of three-pointers in this game, too.
Yeah, I think we need a calculator to keep track of just how many of those he's knocked down.
We've got Hollis Jefferson. Chalmers is out there with Jordan. Then it's Thomas Robinson, and it's Duncan in at the 5, roaming the paint.
He's always been extremely reliable at the line, and today's been no different.
Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Jason Kidd. Carter Williams is the point with Middleton at the 2. The dynamite pair of Antetokounmpo and Parker at forward, and it's Monroe in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Kicks it to Antetokounmpo. That's good. And the Bucks lead by 4.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
Well, Clark, the Bucks were much improved on the road last season, going 18-23.
Yeah, they were very competitive. This young team fought hard and rarely found themselves out of games on the road, which is a good sign for the future.
Bucks leading by 4. Dishes it to Carter Williams. Tim Duncan with the rebound, hitting at 46%, making some buckets. Great D that time from Middleton.
Been a cold spell for them coming out of the half, missing their first 3 shots. A tough start.
Yeah, starting the second half nicely there. Love those easy lay-ins to get things going.
And Mario Chalmers gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Ryan is checked in for Hollis Jefferson. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. And Middleton kicks to Antetokounmpo.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
The 3 from Chalmers. Good. Chalmers has got his second basket of the night.
That's a weapon they've been allowed to use at will to date.
Yeah, the defense struggling to take that away from them.
Here's Parker. Can't get it to go. Nice D from Duncan. Middleton against Chalmers. For the lead. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Milwaukee in the lead. Carter Williams kicks to Middleton. Parker sets the screen for Middleton. Back to Carter Williams. Screen by Monroe. Here's Antetokounmpo, and the rebound goes to Duncan.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
The Bucks have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter.
And when it comes to Michael Carter Williams, guys, I feel like people either love him or they don't buy him at all. I mean, he has the size, he's a good athlete, he plays hard, but he's also had some injuries and he's been very inconsistent at times.
Bryant gets a wide open look. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Bucks leading by 3. Middleton on the wing, shoots the 3. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Well, going back to Michael Carter-Williams, he is a polarizing prospect. For example, Greg, and you played the position, he gives you a lot of assists, but he also averages over 4 turnovers a game. That was just last year.
Yeah, that's true. And he gives you plenty of rebounds and steals as well. But sometimes the shot also, Kevin, not necessarily where you'd like it to be. At times he couldn't throw a rock in the ocean. This guy just really struggled. But the talent is there. It's just going to take some time for him to mature. And the jury's really still out on him.
What a nice feed by Kobe that time.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
And, you know, a huge moment for Kobe last season before the injury. I mean, he passed the great Michael Jordan on the all-time scoring list.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Miles Plumlee's checked in for Monroe. John Henson comes in for Parker. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Antetokounmpo. And the shot is good.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. For Kobe, that was him moving into the 3rd spot ahead of Michael Jordan. Says a lot, Clark, about where he stands among the greats.
And you look at it, he is first among perimeter players now in that regard. So he's clearly on a very short list of the greatest wingmen of all time in the history of the league.
And in college, guys, Miles Plumlee had an unusual competitor at his position. It was his younger brother, Mason. I mean, they actually had to compete against one another for playing time.
Well, Greg, going back to those Plumlee brothers you were talking about, there is competition. And then, Clark, you know, there's this friendly rivalry that'll always exist.
Yeah, the brotherly competition, if you will. They have similar bodies and share some of the same attributes as well. Drafted in back-to-back years, both toward the end of the 1st round. A lot of parallels.
A lot of similarities, you're right. He kicks it to Middleton. Plumlee with the screen. Here's Mayo. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Mayo's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they had.
Henson with the screen. Middleton outside. Lets it go from 14. They get it again. Gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
And Bayless kicks to Mayo. A 3-pointer off the mark. Getting just 33% in the 2nd half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots. And Antetokounmpo's checked in for the Bucks. There's 48 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. To the paint, here's Plumlee, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Left side, Antetokounmpo. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Middleton hits them both. 43% for the game. Lets it go from deep. That's good. Kilpatrick's got 5 points now in the quarter. Now here's Antetokounmpo. He's tightly guarded. First trip to the line for him here.
And he shot 74 from the line a season ago.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo. 9 seconds left to play in the third. Stolen by Middleton. Fires for three. No good there.
Ladies and gentlemen, dance team.
The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. Here is Bayless. Robinson is out there with Duncan. Then it's Jordan. Then there's Chalmers. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the three.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And three from Jordan. That's good. Jordan's got 27.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
That's 2 in a row, and we call that a streak.
Antetokounmpo dishes to Carter Williams. And the shot is long.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
Here's Jordan. Rebound by Parker. Parker's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Kobe's checked in for Hollis Jefferson. Carter Williams against Chalmers. Carter Williams, the pass to Parker. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Now Carter Williams. Rebounded by Chalmers.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. From deep, Jordan, and he gets the bucket. Jordan's got 30.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
Carter Williams kicks to Antetokounmpo. Back to Carter Williams. 6 to shoot, and Kobe Bryant gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Bayless's shot is off.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage. And they have gotten themselves back into this game just in the nick of time. If that one had come any later, it would have been Katie bar the door.
But, Greg, they can't relax yet. I mean, they've still got plenty of work to do here.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
And really just trying to take the wind out of their sails here, I think. You know, they're on the wrong end of a run and need to just kind of exhale.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to stop the bleeding. Things were starting to spiral completely out of control, and I think a timeout was a no-brainer there.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Jason Kidd had some words for his team over that last break. With the game hanging in the balance, he tried to give his players some added motivation, saying, quote, "This is the time, guys. Right now. Be in this moment. Do your job, and we'll get the win." Back to you.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
And that is good.
How about this run they're in the midst of, on the verge of tying it up or maybe even taking the lead?
Has been an unreal turnaround, and I give a lot of credit to the defense right along with what they did on offense, because the defense actually gave them the spark they needed.
Bryant dishes to Jordan. That's good, and it's Kobe with the assist. 34 points for Michael Jordan.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Parker inside, Robinson on him, and that one's good. Parker. And the Bucks lead by 1. It's been a tight one so far. Very close game.
Well, 7 lead changes, Kevin, in this one, and we could very well be seeing more.
And matchups, it's really what it's all about, and these two teams are really equal. Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Bucks.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
They've also been pounding it inside tonight and coming away with a lot of points in the paint. I call those PIPs.
The Bucks making a switch here. Middleton's checked in.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Duncan kicks to Jordan. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Jordan's got 16 points here in the second half.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Here's Bryant, throws down the breakaway jam.
How about that now? What a sensational finish.
Oh, got to be able to get some hang time to do that one.
Yeah, you got to rise and levitate.
Suspend yourself.
Yeah, levitate.
Almost. How about the glide in and then also to reverse it?
Antetokounmpo can't get it to go. Gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. And Jordan gets it to go.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
We've seen Michael Jordan really having a great game.
They need to make some adjustments because he's absolutely scorching.
Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Jordan. Parker, right side. From 13. And again, the Bucks miss.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And Chalmers kicks to Duncan, takes a three. The shot misses. Good work defensively by Monroe. And here we go, fast break. Carter Williams has got the ball. And Kobe Bryant gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
.130 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Carter Williams. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. And it's 8 points for Michael Carter Williams. There's the pass to Hollis Jefferson. He feeds it to Robinson. Elbow shot. And right on target. Good.
He just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Jordan, he's checked in for Bryant.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
Bucks trail by 4. To the middle. Here's Carter Williams. It's good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Yes!
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
There's 42 seconds left in the game. Middleton for 3. It's in! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Clutch shot right there. That could be the difference maker.
Indeed, it might be a big, huge moment in this game right there.
And here's Jordan outside. Can't get it to go. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. Middleton the pass to Parker. The Bucks working the ball around. Carter Williams can't get it to go. And it's Duncan penetrating. Money!
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finish hard with 2 hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're losing by 3. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And you know what? You got a couple options here. You can take the 3 to tie it or get the quick 2 and then a foul.
And, you know, if it opens up for them inside, the quick 2 would be the way I would lean, Greg, but the foul has to come immediately after that.
Here's Jordan. Yes!
They ran that inbounds play perfectly there to get the quick hitter.
Carter Williams. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. And so they get the victory here at home. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
Tremendous work all the way down to the wire. We were just wondering what would happen.
Thank you, Jim.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
And hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor. What'd you think, Shaq?
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow.
And folks, that's it for us.